Of all the YouTubes in all the world, she had to come walking into mine. Yeah, music. Reminds me of Casablanca or something. All the YouTubes in all the world, you had to come walking into mine. Okay, get serious here. I wanted to go over card spreads and Celtic Cross, basically, the way I do it. And I've had other YouTubes here about that, but I'm going to go over it again and talk a little bit more about it. The whole reason for a card spread is to make some type of a method here to look at these cards. And a card spread is, each position is supposed to have meaning that will be useful in whatever it is we're looking into. So the way I do the cross is I have my own meanings in there and they work out very well. A lot of people use it instead of a traditional cross, and you might like it. So I'm going to go over that now. But, it really is a position of the cards, the pattern on the table. And we got a Celtic cross, okay, but it doesn't have to be that pattern. As long as those meanings mean something, that's what's important. It could be any pattern you want. It could be a horseshoe pattern or a circle or anything else. But what each of those positions mean, we're addressing something. But we're looking to find answers to something, answers that we didn't see before. And that's what a reading is. I think what we're trying to do is, you sitting down with a client and you want to have some ideas that were not even thought of before. And that makes a good reading. And the application of a tarot reading, being a creative thinking technique, allows you to do that very well. So that's what we're doing. And the deck you're using isn't really that important either. Whatever deck you like, whatever deck works for you. And that's a personal preference. It could be the Rider-Waite, it could be the Marseille, it could be anything in between there. And you might bounce from one deck to another. Maybe you're in the mood for this deck or that deck. Doesn't make any difference. Whatever works for you at the time. So it's not like you're just trying to figure that out. You might bounce from one to another. And that's okay. No problem. But it's nice to have a card spread that you consistently use. And the Celtic Cross works out very nice for that. And this is the way I do the cross and the way I've done it for, I don't know how many years now. A long time. And I have some little information about each position here. These numbers you see in is the order they're laid in. And when we're talking about a position, I can easily say position 9 or whatever, position 5. It really doesn't make any difference the order you lay these cards down. I think it's good to be consistent, that you do it the same every time. This is just the order the way I lay them down. 1, 2 in the center, 3 on top, 4 on the bottom, 5 and 6 left to right, and then the pillars 7 through 10 up from the bottom from the top. And you're going to see most of them are pretty close to this. This circle might rotate or go in some other order. It doesn't make any difference. Whatever you like to do is fine. What I think is important is that the meanings of these positions stays consistent. And so what I like to look at, what's nice about a card spread is you can combine these positions together to find meaning in what you're looking into. And you might just see three cards on this table with any spread you're doing that are just screaming out some message to you. And you might think, well, it's not the order I'm supposed to do them. No, anything that's giving you messages, anything that's giving you an idea is good. And that's what you should use, even if it's just for that particular reading. However you're seeing it, I don't think it's good to say it's got to be always be the same procedure or same system. I don't think it does. These cards are moving all the time, and their meanings are constantly shifting in certain ways. So whatever you're seeing in there is good if you're seeing things. Getting meaning here, you're getting meaning there. That's great. Keep it up. But you can see where it'd be hard to put that into a system. So anyway, it's nice to have a starting point, what these positions mean and how they work with each other. And the way I usually do it is numbers 1 and 2 of my cross. I use them as a combination of a look at the question itself and really taking a close look at the question. Now, instead of going to number 3 after that, I don't look at number 3 first. I look at number 7. Client's viewpoint of their own question. If number 7 fits nicely with numbers 1 and 2, I like to think that maybe the client is seeing their own question in a good way or accurately. If it looks like it conflicts, if 7 conflicts with numbers 1 and 2, it gives us the opportunity to question the client's perception of their own question. How they're seeing something. Maybe they're not seeing things correctly. Maybe we could reword this question or tilt it in some way or slant it in some way to be more useful for the client. Maybe we could look at the client's viewpoint of this question and change it. So numbers 1 and 2 and 7, I like to see working together. But that doesn't mean, if you see numbers 1 and 2 and 9 working real well on a particular reading, I wouldn't change that. I mean, use whatever you're seeing. So I see numbers 1, 2, and 7 working together. But if you see numbers 1 and 2 and 9 on a particular reading, this works. Or numbers 1, 2, and 5, and this is working. I see something, a clear message here. Use it. So every reading might be a little different, but it's nice to have starting points. So usually I see numbers 1, 2, and 7 working together. Might be different this reading, but maybe it won't be. So taking a look at the question and seeing how the client's viewing their own question with number 7. That's what those positions do for me. Next, I look into, and I like to see that as what is the question? What, why, how, and when is what the 4 aspects I like to look into. And what is the question we're looking at is what I see as numbers 1, 2, and 7 working together. So these are a lot of 3-card spreads here is what I'll be showing you, and how the cross works like a 3-card spreads, a series of 3-card spreads. Next, I look into what I call why. Why do you want this in your life? And I look into positions 3, 4, and 9. 3 is what actions the clients are taking right now, the things they're doing right now to try to attain this situation that they want. And maybe they're the wrong actions. Maybe they should be looking at doing something else. This allows us to question the things that the client's doing. Number 4 allows me to look at what the client's immediate goals are right now. What they do? They think the first things first that they need to accomplish. Usually the actions they're taken from number 3 are to attain these immediate goals in number 4. So these 2 work together very well. Maybe the actions the client's taking, there could be better actions that would attain these immediate goals in number 4. Maybe the immediate goals in number 4 that they're trying to look into, everything we're doing works in steps if you're trying to attain anything, a goal has its steps. Maybe the immediate goals that they're trying to accomplish, maybe there's some other goals that they should be looking at first, or certain things that need to be established first before they do what they're currently think is important to do. So the actions they're taking, and from number 3, and the immediate goals they're taking, they want to try to achieve in number 4. This allows us to question the client's in their situation with that right now. Are there different actions they could be taking? Maybe there's different goals they need to be taking. Maybe something needs to be done first before they do what they think they need to do first. And number 9, the purpose of this whole goal. So is the actions they're taking and this actually what they're looking into with numbers 1 and 2 even, is this really going to give them what they want in number 9? Why do they feel it is? This allows us to question that about the client. Lots of times we think something's going to give us what we want, but if we really look deep into it, we realize that maybe that's not really going to give us what we want. So immediate actions we're taking with number 3, the immediate goals we're trying to accomplish in number 4, and the big picture of number 9, what we're ultimately looking to be, what we're ultimately looking to try to achieve, the purpose. I look at this as why. Why are you doing the things you're doing right now? Why do you want these immediate goals? And why is this purpose? Let's question the purpose here. Why do you feel that this objective is going to attain that purpose? Number 9. Another 3-card spread, 3, 7, 3, 4, and 9. So the first 3-card spread is 1, 2, and 7. The second one is 3, 4, and 9. Then I look into how. How are we going to achieve this goal? I look at positions 5, 6, and 10. 5 allows us to look at what the client has going for them. Things that maybe we can call to their attention. And maybe they're not using those assets. This could be influence that they have. This could be an ally they have. This could be their knowledge. This could be some position they're in right now that's strong in some way that would be useful for them to use on this goal. It could be just the fact that they have a lot of freedom right now, so they can act however they want to act. They don't have to worry about setting things up first. It could be a lot of different things that we could look at here. And a card placed in number 5 allows us to maybe show the client that they have this particular asset going for them of what that card is. It could also be looked at as an asset that they need to develop. Want to attain this goal? Whatever this card is here in number 5 position, you need to attain that talent or that edge in some way before you proceed. Number 6 is an opportunity coming in the near future that the client should watch for. And I'd like to look at this as a time frame of between now and 3 months from now. Any time in between there, from right now to 3 months from now, is when I see this client or this opportunity coming that the client needs to watch for. Keep an eye out for this. When you see it, grab it. So this is really your prediction right here as far as something that's going to be helpful for them in the future to come. Something they should watch for. Some type of an opportunity that's going to help them. This will also be something that they have the opportunity to overcome. Maybe something's holding them back. There's an opportunity I see where you could take that on and get rid of it or eliminate it. That's what's needed to be done here. to move forward. An opportunity is coming. Some type of an opportunity is going to help them achieve what they're trying to accomplish. Number 6. And number 10 is finer details. Surprises, good and bad, that they need to watch for. Keep an eye out for this. Safeguard against this. Be ready to grab it if it comes, whatever it is, good or bad there. And number 10 will help you on this journey that you're trying to accomplish something here. If you can be ready for this surprise here, good or bad. So that's another 3-card spread, 5, 6, and 10. Now it leaves one card by itself, number 8 position, and I look at that as the timing. This is the only place where there's no 3-card spread. So far we've seen what is the question with 1 and 2 and 7. Why do you want this in your life with numbers 3, 4, and 9? The purpose. And how are we going to attain it with 5, 6, and 10? 3 3-card spreads. Lastly, we have when to act. It's important to know when to act. Do things have to be in place? We have one card for that. It's not a 3-card spread. Do we act now, or do we wait until things are in place? Maybe certain things need to be put in place first. Maybe this opportunity needs to be grabbed before we act. Maybe we need to develop an asset here or get this asset in place before we act. Maybe we need to change our immediate goals and the actions we're taking right now before we act. And we need to take a closer look at our own perception of this question before we act. Or maybe we need to act now before the opportunity is lost. This allows us to question our timing here. So that's the order that I usually read the Celtic Cross. That would be what I would call just playing a straight cross here. But again, if you see certain cards working together out of this order, look at it. Cards are telling you something. You're seeing something in a different light here. And each reading could be a little different. And it's okay to have variables like that come up. Something we don't like is variables, but it's okay to have that in a reading. And you'll start to feel comfortable with that. So what's really important is that you have these meanings be something that's useful for the client. And if they work very well with other meanings, it makes it a lot easier to read the cards as a message of some type to the client, to the thing they're looking at. And I think this does that very well. You could also change these meanings to these positions to other things if you want. These are what I came up with. This is what worked very well for me during my years and still works now as a professional reader. And your clients will be happy with it. If you want to, this is a ghosted cross. You'll see it's faded. It's not as dark as the type is. If you want copies of this cross, you can download a PDF file from my website, tarotmaps.com. Go to the downloads page in the menu. And one of the things you can download there is this cross on an 8.5 by 11. And it's ghosted. None of the type is in it. It's just that ghosted pattern of the cross, allowing you to write in meanings or record readings that you've had by writing in what the cards were to each position and things like that. So it could be useful. And the reason it's ghosted is you could write over it, then you'll see what you wrote. So that's what I do with the cross. I'm going to put this I'm going to put my light on. Oh, yeah. Whoa. magical stuff. Made such a difference. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought I would go over that and see what you think of that and play around with it. If you want to, if you print out that sheet, that cross, it allows you to scratch in different things, different ideas here for the readings on how you want to do a cross. But it really makes no difference what spread you do, as long as the position meanings have something useful for the client in a way that you can consistently use the same spread for every reading you do. And those meanings will be consistently useful to the client, no matter what the question happens to be. Then I think you got a good spread. As far as the cards go, all decks are good. As long as you like them, then that's the deck you should use. And I think also keywords, which I talk about in my YouTubes here and in my books, work out very well for combining cards together to make a meaning, a message. So I hope you like this. Our next tarot gathering, which all are welcome, is February 22nd. If you go to tarotmaps.com, again, instead of the downloads page, you go to the tarot gatherings page in the menu, tarot gatherings. You'll see that that's where the Zoom meeting link will be. And it'll be up there that day. And all are welcome. So anyway, keep throwing cards. We'll talk soon.